Yes, YouTube, welcome back to KangBros TV. Follow up to Liverpool's victory over Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. I just want to start off by saying there's one guy on here that's very upset. Earl Locker, just please, can someone please send some police around or ambulance or something just to make sure he's all right? Listen, I know it's been tough, but you'll get through this, yeah? He's a gooner, you'll get through this, brother. You will get through this, I promise. But yeah, I don't know, what was your thoughts on the game as a whole, as a spectacle?
Bruv, it was a circus, cuz. It was a circus. There's a lot of Liverpool fans out there who are proper gassed about it. Oh yeah, we beat Arsenal, even though they had some players that actually like playing for the first team and all that kind of stuff. But for me, I know I don't want to put a downer on the whole win and everything, but for me, it was a circus. I was literally laughing throughout the whole game. Anytime there was an attack from either side, it could have been a goal. Defensively, both teams shambles. Now, I don't want to dig people out who are the youngsters because at the end of the day, you're getting your experience, right? But some of the stuff that was going on, like, there's nothing to do with you as a person, right? But as performance-wise, you got to look at yourself. You need to put yourself up there in terms of levels. Goalkeeping-wise, shambles, both sides, yeah? Liverpool goalkeeper, I don't know what he was playing at. But like I said, keep doing what you're doing and hope you get better. But some of those mistakes, awful, yeah? Now, no, listen.
No.
I look at this game thinking, who do I see as youngsters who can say, you know what, there's something about them they can make it maybe test for the first team. I didn't really see anything. Maybe that guy you mentioned was Elliot, yeah? I thought he was okay. Then I looked at the seniors. I thought, okay, let me see who's going to boss this game as a seniors and make it into the first team. Ox. Good goal. But apart from that, I didn't really see more. Lallana. What the fuck? He was getting smashed left, right, centre. You're meant to be the senior. Then you got Uncle Naby. Uncle Naby, bro. I'm beginning to lose my patience with Naby, bro. I'm seriously beginning to either, like I said, you know, he's not up to it, or is he really his age, or is he 67 years old? The guy can't handle it. So I just need to get off my chest straight away because that game was a circus. A lot of people saying it was a fantastic game. Sky Sports bigging it up, saying it was a spectacle. This, that, not for me. I just thought I laughed at the whole game. The only good thing for me at that result was that we got the victory and went into the next stage. That's the only thing I saw from it. So I need to get it all off my chest, and I just got it out there. But for me, that was just a laughing stock. And nothing from that game, but just really, I thought, you know what, just shrug my shoulders. So yes, a victory. That's it. So I need to get it off my chest. So there you go. That's my point on it, bro.
Wow. Okay.
I'll be storing that for time as well.
You know, see that normally it's me, the pessimist, but I was going to say something completely different. I was going to turn around and say, you know what? There's certain mans there that would not have had that exposure playing against Arsenal, packed crowd, Anfield, Cup night. Everyone talks about these famous, you know, Cup nights in, I won't say European, but it's a Cup night under the lights in Anfield and at atmosphere. Curtis popping up and putting that penalty away. That's going to do him so many, boost his confidence in a big way. The keeper saved the penalty. I think Elliot winning the penalty, the young right back, you know, the centre half, the ginger lad. I thought from those perspectives, I'm thinking, you know what, Brewster's they've got game time, and they've beaten an Arsenal side who've got Mustafi.
Hold on, stop. Before we go into Mustafi, you talk about Brewster. Liverpool scored 5 goals, and Brewster's not on the score sheet. Brewster ain't scored a goal.
That's because he's up there with Divock Origi.
No, but come on. 5 goals and Brewster's not on there. You should look at yourself thinking, hold on, why am I not on that score sheet? Yes or no?
No, listen, I get it. I'm just telling it. Listen, you said your piece of it. Chill now, innit? Cool off, bro. Get some ice in your pants or something, bro. But what I'm saying is, I looked at it from that perspective of saying, listen, you know, there's the experience that they're going to get from that and the exposure they're going to get. Listen, 5-5, like you said, I'm not sitting here saying, wow, what a spectacle. Sky Sports are going to say that because BT Sports are out here doing bits. Yeah, so BT Sports they got rights to games that didn't even exist. They're making fixtures, bruv, and they got them. So that's why Sky Sports are obviously going to try and sell and hype what they got. That's not a spectacle for me. Yeah, for a neutral, it's funny because you're looking at two teams that class themselves as big sides, and they shit 10 goals, bruv. Between them, there's 10 goals plus the penalties. Yeah, 10 goals. Now for me, as a coach, if I was a defender, I'm a defender. I'm looking at that thinking, whoa. Not for me. Yeah. So from that perspective, not great. But looking at it from the other perspective of, look, you could tell Klopp didn't care. I mean, I know it sounds disrespectful, and I don't mean like that, but Liverpool's fixture pile-up in January and December is pathetic, yeah? So the authorities need to have a look at themselves. But that's obviously why Klopp thought, you know what, fine, if we get beat, we get beat. But those players have done something that will stay with them for the rest of their lives. It's so young. You got to remember how young these kids are. There's a couple of 16-year-olds. There's people doing Messi, the guy that I'm talking about. He's banging up my phone, and we would obviously always talk about the football. And he said to me, he goes, Arsenal had first team players out, people that have played in international competitions. You lot had sixth formers. He goes, we're getting battered up by sixth formers. Yeah, and that's the Arsenal perspective. So that's why you got to look at it with a pinch of salt and say, listen, they're going to make mistakes because they're young. Get it out of your system, but you've won. You've made mistakes, you've learned, and you've won, and you've gone through in a competition that everyone's watching. Yeah, so that's the positives I'm going to spin on it. Listen, the points you make are very valid. It is farcical. Lallana needs to have a look at himself. Keita looks, listen, as much as
he's walked off again.
We try our hardest to make sure that, to give him props, and he's coming out giving an interview saying, I want to be Klopp's favourite. Bruv, you got to play to be a favourite. So, but to be able to make 11 changes, or whatever it was, I think the only person, Divock Origi, was the only one that was in and around. To be able to do that and beat Arsenal, who've got first team players and internationals in their side, is a good place to be. Yeah, from that perspective. Yeah, so that's positives put to one side, and you got to give them that because that's what they've done. What I will say is, yeah, from a just as a football fan, and just from a perspective of obviously I watched the game. Yeah, what the fuck is Emery doing? Why would you take Ozil off? He was fully ruining that game. He's fully ruining that game. Yeah, he's ruining it, Yeah, they took him off. It's not like he's tired. It's not like he's been playing so many games. They need to rest him. He's talking about,
he's actually getting assists as well.
Yeah, he's doing mad shit. That flick. You know when you play computer games, yeah, and you see someone do a flick like that, you'll be like, see, that's bullshit because that's never gonna happen in real life. You say that. I know you're watching. If you play games, you know that you say that. Well, that ain't gonna happen in real life. This is where games get a bit too ahead of themselves. He done something that you would do in games, and you look, nah, ain't gonna happen. He done it. Yeah, assists, done it. Then he took him off, and after the game, he's giving interviews to say we've got Saturday in mind. Bruv, he ain't played for months. He's fit. He's fit. He don't need 30 minutes on the side. That's why I'm not the one person to jump on a bandwagon and say get Emery out or manager change and this, that, and the other. But sometimes you got to look at it and think, you know what? Nah.
Like, I'm the same, yeah. I'm saying give Emery time because I think it's not enough time. But then the guy does not help himself. Like you just said there, I'm not going to say the same thing again about Ozil, but he should have never come off, right? But then you're actually leading at Anfield, and for me, it's like I never saw Liverpool coming back in this game. I thought, you know what? If Arsenal shut up shop here or be sensible about it, Arsenal should win this game. And I even said that before the game. I said that Arsenal will probably win this game because they need to take this game seriously because there's not a lot going for Arsenal right now. I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. Like what I mean by that
but
is
it's true. But it's true.
No. I don't mean that disrespectful at all.
No, but it's true. I'm just saying it's not disrespectful, but it's true. Yeah, but they need that competition.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. It's like they need that competition, and just not just the competition, but just for confidence. The whole media, everything around Arsenal right now is negative. So just a win here, just to decorate up that they won at Anfield, whatever you want to do, it doesn't really matter who they beat, but you could still say we went to Anfield, into the quarterfinals, go on the positive. The fans were gassed when they were winning, scoring. The Willock goal, you saw the crowd do a proper boost.
And by the way, that screamer, oh my God.
Mad goal from Willock. Mad goal. Ox, good goal as well. But what I'm saying is this was an opportunity for Emery to say, even just take Aubameyang, take Lacazette, just put some of the big boys there, just in case, to wrap the game up. Get into the quarterfinals and just get, I don't know, for Emery, you should be crying out for a trophy right now.
Just momentum, just build some momentum. So, like I said, from a Liverpool perspective, I would personally, if Liverpool had lost that game, I wouldn't be happy because I don't like Liverpool losing. But looking at all them fixtures coming up and what Liverpool are looking to try and achieve, and then what Liverpool want to achieve, I wouldn't have sat there and been like, this is a travesty, yeah? Because I wouldn't. And I think you can see that in Klopp's face. And even his interview afterwards saying Arsenal can go and play, if that's the case, then it's a pile-up, then it should make sense that Arsenal go through because they'll fulfill the fixture, yeah? But from an Arsenal perspective, they shouldn't even leave it like that. They should have said, put this game to bed. Lacazette hasn't played a lot of games.
He hasn't played a lot of games at all.
So I don't see why 10 minutes, if you're going to take Ozil off, you put another hitter on, as far as I'm concerned. Taking Ozil off, for me, is the most baffled thing in the world. Only because of what's happening with Xhaka, and he knows that, listen, Xhaka's gone. You've lost Xhaka now. Yeah, there's no way you're going to integrate him smoothly. But like that, man ain't even apologising. Change his Twitter profile picture from Arsenal to a Switzerland shirt. Do you know that? Right, so what I'm saying, so he ain't helping himself, so he's thinking, I need to bring Ozil back. Now, Ozil came back, everyone was crying out for Ozil. He came back, delivered, and then they took him off. And he's like, I've got Saturday in mind. He's ain't played for months. They're bringing him on. Listen, I'm sorry. Emery's not helping himself. He really is not helping himself, as far as I'm concerned. Mustafi, everyone guns him. I actually thought on the whole, there was bits he does okay, but when he makes a mistake, it stares you in the face like, I've done it again.
But the commentator was raw. Mustafi, the first goal, when an own goal, he goes, "Oh, another typical Mustafi." I was like, "Wow."
Yeah, Alan Smith. He's obviously
No,
you
but come
can
on,
tell
man.
he loves Arsenal, but
But come on, man. Typical Mustafi, just because he scored an own goal, stretched him to protect it.
But listen, I know that there's Arsenal fans will be watching this, tearing their hair out, thinking you lot don't watch him week in, week out, so you don't know.
Yeah.
And that's right. That's
cool.
fair. Because I'll talk about Liverpool players. You know, there's certain, but I know that everyone says, oh yeah, we'll take Joe Gomez in a heartbeat, take him in a heartbeat. You haven't seen him week in, week out for the past few weeks. He's been off it. Do you know what I mean? So there is bits and things. I personally like the look of the young right back. He's very young, but the way he drives forward with the ball, he got a crossing, makes mistakes. But it's expected at that age, brother. At that age, I was still playing Master Leagues.
I think he was the best player from the batch of the youngsters yesterday that I saw. I thought, you know what, he looks okay.
I think the centre half's got potential.
Who?
The ginger lad, Van Sepp, whatever his name is.
Yeah, he's not too bad. But like I said, what I'm saying is I didn't see any standouts. Like Jones, I wasn't impressed with Jones. Like he scored the goal, but in all, I wasn't impressed with him.
I like Elliot. I like him.
I like the fact that he gets the ball and he takes risks. He don't really care. And I like that about him. Do you know what I mean?
But he reacts as well. It's when he gives the ball away, it's not like, oh, I've taken a risk, I've lost it. But he'll boom, react and get in.
But yesterday, if you look at it in great detail, even he would say to himself, he lacked quality in important situations. And like I said, this is just for the youngsters to. We're not really, trying to tell them how to play the game, but just based upon their performance yesterday, there's a few things that they would say to themselves that they could have done better.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's good. But all I'm saying is the other thing I wanted to say was, from a Liverpool fan's perspective, to think. Look how lucky we are at the moment to be riding the wave that we're riding. Our first team is as doing what they're doing. But just remember that this is what it's been like in the past when we watch games and they've shipped goals left, right and centre. So as good as it is, don't lose sight of what we had, where we were and, what it could be like. Because a lot of these players, like, think about it, Lallana, Ox, Keita, under previous regime, they would be nailed on starters. We're in a position now where we've got midfielders that don't have to play every game. Milner plays every week. Now that for me is just, it's like that. How he doesn't have a contract by now, I don't know. Because if they don't give him one, I know that there'll be a row of clubs willing to take that guy on for 3 years.
Another thing, why wasn't Adrian playing this game? That one baffled me. He's done so well since he's come on for the club. Alisson comes back in. Why not play him this game? He deserves that, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, there is the opportunity is there to bring this guy through, who they seem to really rate, this keeper. And listen, you can say whatever you want. He's going to come out that hero. Him and Jones will be heroes because one saved the penalty and one scored the goal. That's how you make your name. And that moment there is, for however old he is, that will set your career up.
Yeah.
That sets your career up. Adrian's been there and he's done it. He's won a Super Cup for Liverpool, which is, he done the same thing. So you got to look at it and think he's earned his moment. You got to give him a chance to find out if they can do it or not. So I ain't got too many problems with that. On the whole, I'm glad that we're through. I'm concerned with the fixture pile-up. I'm heavily concerned because it's not looking good. It ain't looking pretty for that squad either.
Yeah, I think one of the viewers as well, Hardeep Bay, he watches as well, and he mentioned about it's not so much about Klopp not giving a shit, but it's about priority. Now, I totally agree with that. I think it is to do with priority, but now with the pile-up, it's just that now the priority is completely messed up. Like, where does he prioritize, right? You said yourself, you're saying for this club competition, even though I actually want Liverpool to do well in that competition, because I think historically it's always been there. You've always kept an eye on it, but you're just saying now as well.
Who won it last year?
No, but listen.
Who won it last year?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Nah, see, you're missing the point. I'm not just saying like people watch it religiously, but when you look back, when Man United were a top team, right? They were winning competitions. They were going to these club competitions, taking it seriously, and worldwide, it does do something for your club. You're up against the best around the world. So I would want Liverpool to send out a decent team to that, but you're saying fuck it.
I'd send 23s.
Is that what you're saying? Send the kids.
Send the 23s to that. Play the under 18s in the Carabao. Yeah, because that's if you want Liverpool to be playing in all competitions and all fronts, Liverpool ain't won a league for ever how long. They're in a good opportunity to do so. They've got Man City coming up. They've got pile up of games. I'd say we'll send the 23s then to that club competition. They'll get their experience. They need it. The fringe players. Send the 18s and whatever first team players in and around it to play the Carabao Cup. And Liverpool focus on what the priority is. Because I'm sorry, if Liverpool win that club championship, whatever it is, ain't no one gonna give a fuck. Right? If Liverpool get knocked out in the Carabao Cup or go through to it, no one gives a fuck. That's the fact. That is the fact of the matter. If they win the Premier League, these will go down as legends, and this will be the most amazing achievement ever. I'm not saying they will, but they're in the best position to do so. So why would you jeopardise that? And if you think that's disrespecting the league or disrespecting the cup, then I'm sorry, but you should have thought about that when you made all these fixtures.
The thing is, I think we could go on and talk about this for a long time because mentality for me is slightly different here, right? For me, it's not, don't just put eggs in one basket. I don't like that mentality. For me, it's go there and win everything if you can. All the best clubs have gone and done it. They found a way to do it. You mentioned about who won that World Cup. Maybe Real Madrid probably did it. I don't know. It was probably Real Madrid. Won the Champions League, went and gone and won it. So it just breeds success. So keep winning, make it a constant thing. So for me, that's why even the Carabao Cup, if you can win it, go and win it. Don't just write it off.
I would love Liverpool to win every trophy.
This is what I'm saying.
I would love them to win every trophy.
Don't just write them and just put it in.
But I would love Liverpool to win every trophy. But realistically,
our squad's not deep enough.
We've got a game on the fixture list. It says one on the 16th and one on the 18th. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And then one of them is going to be in Qatar and one's going to be in Villa Park.
Yeah, I hate you.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm not disagreeing with you. We've said it before. If you can, you play your teams and you win as many trophies as you can. That is it. But realistically, how can you expect a team to play on the 16th at Villa Park in the Midlands and then be in Qatar 2 days later to play?
Yeah, it's mad.
I'm sorry. That's what I'm saying. You've got to say to them, right, well, we're breeding these young players. Now go and get some experience abroad because that's what it's going to have to be. Because otherwise, how are you going to expect to have somebody playing a game, no recovery, get on a plane, no recovery, sleep pattern fucked, get into Qatar to play, fucked, come back, fatigue. Nah, mate. And then injuries come in. And the Liverpool squad, it isn't deep enough to have 2 injuries to crucial players because they're travelling and playing too many games. For me, I'm all for winning, but if the competitions aren't prioritising clubs and not putting the clubs first and their players first, then fine. But that's what you're going to have to expect. You're going to have to expect clubs to put out severely weakened sides.
Yeah, no, it goes back to the whole point about priority. So I hear that. And just quickly wrap this up. Anyone who wanted to give man of the match to you?
I would. I know it's difficult to say this because but I thought Origi because he scored 2 crucial goals, good goals. He wasn't great throughout the game, but I think for me, he's starting to show he's bridging that gap between the young players and first team because age-wise, he's not up there, but he's still in between here. And I think he's showing that this is what you need to do. Big moment, steps up. He's the one that scored the Champions League semi-final goal, and he's now playing in the Carabao Cup and producing those magical moments like those players are going to live with for the rest of their lives. So for me, Origi.
Yeah, I don't really want to give to anyone, but I think as your points are valid, I think Origi did get the last minute goal. He did score in vital positions, very points in the game. I didn't like his performance throughout the whole game, but I will give it to Origi as you said there. So until the Premier League game, can you remember what our next game is?
Saturday, I think.
3 o'clock Villa?
Yeah, I think it is.
3 o'clock Villa, I think. So I think it is 3 o'clock Villa. So until then, don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and definitely comment on this one.